Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Balluff webinar. Thank you so much for joining today online webinar. My name is Teo Lee. I'm technical service engineer in Korea. I hope you enjoyed. Recently, there has been increasing demand across the various industry for SWIR technology, which can see invisible areas that conventional industry camera cannot. Today, we will conduct a webinar on SWIR technology and Balluff's vision portfolio. Throughout this webinar, feel free to leave your question you have into the chat box. We will have a Q&A session after presentation, so you can ask your question at any time. Today's webinar will process as follows. First, we will start with the company's introduction, and then followed by an overview of our product portfolio and vision portfolio, and custom design and engineering. Then we will dive into SWIR technology and then wrap up with the Q&A sessions. The company introduction. Some of you might already be familiar with the Balluff, but for those who are new to us, I'd like to start with a brief introduction to our company. Balluff is a first generation family owned company with over 100 years of history. That we offering a comprehensive portfolio of the sensor and the identification and image processing solutions. We serve more than 30,000 customers and partners worldwide, operating in over 60 countries with the 7 production sites. In 2023, Balluff achieved the group sales of about 599 million euros with around 3,900 employees. So Balluff is a global company. We have 38 subsidiaries for sales, production, logistics, and development in 68 countries and 7 production lines in Germany and Hungary and China, USA, and Mexico is mainly. So looking at the Asia Pacific region, the Balluff started as a joint venture in Japan, established a branch in China in 2003, and has since expanded to Japan, Singapore, Taiwan, South Korea, India, New Zealand, and Malaysia. We're building on the total 40 years of the experience. At Balluff, we pride ourselves on being the architects of the smarter manufacturing with our intelligent solutions, so you can lay the foundation for the factory of the futures. Our expertise covers smart communications and traceability, quality assurance, and asset management, ensuring a seamless journey into your digital manufacturing. So the Balluff market segment. Balluff works with many industries, including automotive and fluid system and drives, packaging, food and beverage, life science, semiconductors, electronics, and the communication technologies. We are experts in industrial automation, providing reliable and innovation solutions. Now we move to the product portfolios. Uh, Balluff has a lots of product portfolio. Our wide range of products includes sensor like a capacitive, inductive, photoelectric, and the magnetic sensors. And we have some more than 30,000 device unit we can provide. Also industrial networking such as IO-Link Master and RFID. RFID is one of the Balluff key products for the factory automation. So we have a human machine interface and then machine vision and optical identifications. Also power supplies, connectivity accessories, and the software. And then we have a complete system solution. Wherever you need us, we are there to help you. Now the machine vision portfolio. So part of optical and vision system includes stational and handheld code reader and the smart vision sensors used for tasks like checking brightness, finding shapes, or analyzing edges and reading codes. And the 3D vision cameras. So we have two types of 3D vision cameras, smart 3D camera and the stereo camera. Both are using stereo technologies. Normally, it's in use the perfect for the both for the robot applications, offering great flexibility. And then industrial cameras, the GIG and the USB 3 and the PCI cameras, including serial camera, is a part of our industrial camera product portfolio. And we can also offer embedded vision and also accessories, lens, lightning, and cables, and also software packages. And part of our complete service approach makes sure everything works well from the design to operation. We can see more details of our production line. So Balluff has a wide range of industrial camera and constantly expanding our portfolio. Our camera vary based on their interface. We offer GIG cameras with a resolution uh, 0.3 to 20 megapixels and the 5 gig cameras with a resolution from 3 to 25 megapixels to a higher speed, range from 5 to 25 megapixels. We also have a USB camera, USB 2 and USB 3 cameras, as well as special PCI interface camera. Let's take a closer look at our industrial camera. We offer a full range, including VBS USB 2 cameras, and also you can see the high resolution for USB 3 cameras, and the durable GG vision cameras. We have so many various kind of design and then options we can provide. Each type of design you can meet your specification. The industrial camera is a VBS CA GX0 and 1 is our basic Gigi Vision camera line. It also supports it is an industrial design, so the production version with the IP 67 protection and the M12 connection suitable for the harsh environment. VBS CAGX2 is a dual gig, so it's a double bandwidth processing step directly into the camera, and then it can be reducing the CPU load from the host system. VBS CA GT1 is for 10 gig industrial camera. It can establish enable the high productivity and the precision time, and also it has a high data transmission rate up to 1245 megabyte per second. So embedded visions. Our board level cameras are designed for embedded visions. The embedded interface support to USB 3 or PCI Express, combining image data and digital I/O and power supply in one flexible cable. Or it is also compatible with most single board uh, computer for the flexible use. MB Blue Fox 3 series offers a cost-effective and high image quality, and the Blue Nano 2 and the Nano 4 series use PCI Express for the fast data transfer, and they also optimize the high data rate for the Pegasus S, the Sony sensors. 3D machine vision solutions. So we include smart 3D camera and the stereo camera ideally for robotics application. Actually, it is easy to use because it's a web-based interface similar to the normal smart camera. It has its own processing units itself, and also it's also adapted the AI uh, solutions itself. And then so it is cost effective due to the onboard processing and the specialized software in the modules. This is perfect for task line beam picking and navigation of the automated guided vehicle systems. BBS Vision Sensor IO Link. It is a smart camera. It is to use MBTech Halcon library for reliable vision analysis, and then also it has a auto setup mode, autofocus. Sorry, not autofocus. It has also three unique selling points. We have a Ionic interface with the smart camera, and then we support also IIoT function with the MQTT or REST API. Also, the camera has a condition monitoring. There's a condition monitoring support temperature monitoring or inclination monitoring, and also vibration monitoring. So it has a full functional with the cheaper price. So we have also a huge portfolio for the all the accessory related to the camera, the vision, lenses, illuminations, and cables. Also customized solution we can offer to you. There are lots of product variants, but no need to worry if you are not an expert on cameras. We, Balluff, offer a machine vision navigator to help you to easily choose the right product for your needs. The product guides us to you in selecting the right components in three steps. The first, the camera, then the lens, and finally the lighting. It serves as a helpful guide and a source of inspiration, but since only you know your specific application and environment, it cannot cover those details, so you can do by yourself. Now we can jump into the CDE. What is a CDE? CDE means the customize the design engineering. The quite often customer asking for a modification, but with the standard process, it will take a longer time to get modified product on your hands. So Balluff, we provide the custom design and engineering team as as a service, and we can address to the situation where your standard process may not meet specification, and then timely manner. This service allows for the tailored solutions and can be developed more efficiently to meet your unique requirement. Here is how the CD service can beneficial. So with the customization, not only cameras, so we also can modify the optical sensors, capacitive sensor, magnetic coded sensors, RFID product as well. We can more close to with our partners. So your advantages, our business model focus on increasing your efficiency. So we offer a comprehensive consulting, customized workshop, and the training sessions, top quality standards to your extended availability. Moreover, we help our OEM customer optimize their sensor system, making them faster and more reliable and more cost effective. So increasing, we can speed up the development by working with our customer to pick the right technology, choose the best production version, custom solution if needed. So uh, to this helps makes your sensor system more accurate, more faster, more reliable, more cost efficient. So we can do our business, save time and cost by minimizing potential try and error efforts, and then we can adapt to the application like a semiconductor in the electronic markets, medical and life science, factory automation as well, logistic, automotive. So and then let's move to standard cameras. We have a cameras that have a modular design allowing customers to easily change sensors, filters, interface, or housing. So this flexibility is beneficial for various needs, so you can easily select whatever you want. The next is customize some example for the customer specific solutions. On your screen, you can see the microscopic images is fully customized the solution to the customer. We deliver the fully designed hardware with the camera and also software included. So we have a successful operation with the customers. And then one another example is we developed for the blood analysis system, also with the hardware, the image processing board as well, also 3D dental cameras. So these two examples actually is a more complex solution, but we also do some simple customization, like we can just easily change the camera filter, lens holder, and also neutral black housing without Balluff logo. If needed, we can also change the color to customer logos on our products. And some of our customers also worried about this. So many firmware updates will make their misunderstanding. So we can also uh, freeze the firmware version to deliver the one. Also, the custom serial number ranges, also selection, assembly individual filters, extend the temperature range also possible, and then factory assembly of the lens and the adjustments. And then we have a software features. So we have its own integrated FPGA on the camera. We have so much powerful than image processing solution. It's also programming individual FPGA functions and also image compressions and frame averaging. So we have more functions, but today is quite limited time. So I'm just passing the other more details, but more less to the camera hardware. So we have just for the highlights, we have a 5 gig cameras. We use the Sony image sensors 3 to 25 megapixels, and the compact size is 29 and 29 millimeters. It doesn't need fans. It's also low power consumption. And then this housing design, it also supports SWIR and the UV sensors. Backward compatible, yes, to the 2.5 gig and 1 gig interface. Actually, to meet these growing needs, Balluff expanding its communication portfolio actually from the 5 gig 10 gig, 25 gig, and moreover up to 100 gig. Now we have a 10 gig camera. The series name is VVS-CA GT1 Max Sense Performance. We use a previous S generation Gen 4 resolution up to 24.6 megapixel with the standard C-mount lens. As I already mentioned, the fast 1 gigabyte DDL image buffer itself, and so the transfer rate is up to 1245 megabytes per second. And 25, 50, 100 gig. 25 gig camera as it's a prototype. We will be releasing Q3 this year. And there's the size a little bit bigger than the 5 gig camera, but it's still we don't need the fan. We use a Rocky interface, and they still use the no. You don't need a special networking cards. It is just you can use the NIC board. IMX 487, IMX 900, IMX 901 will coming soon. Also, it is comparable with the SWIR and the UV sensors. It can maybe we will have some sample this year. And the Geeky based the solutions, so there are so many big advantages. It can up to the 100 gigabit per connection, and they're also flexible and scalable. And then customer can easily use find the Gigi interface, NIC Gigi interface. Also, the distance from the switch to the NIC board, maximum 100 meters. Until now, so I just introduced our vision portfolio first. Now let's move to the SWIR technology. Then finally, we can talk about the SWIR technologies. I think some of you may have heard of the SWIR camera, but it's not widely known. So to understand SWIR cameras, we first need to explore the concept of SWIR itself. When we talk about SWIR, so we need to know the wavelengths, which wavelengths we can use it. Normally, the SWIR stands for short wavelength infrared. Sorry. It typically refers to the light wavelengths in range of 900 to 2500 nanometer. So SWIR camera can be used which cannot be detected by conventional camera. Actually, the standard silicon sensors have an upper limit around the 1000 nanometers, meaning they can not capture the light beyond the range. This is where SWIR camera come in. So SWIR images requires special sensors and the camera components that are designed to work with the SWIR range. Indium, gallium, in-gas AS sensors are typically used for the SWIR imaging coverage. Actually, we use the Sony sensors. Sony sensors can cover from the visible light range up to the SWIR range 1700. So most of the cases we use this range. So we standard CMOS camera use the visual light. And then we have IMX 487. It is a UV camera. It can also cover up to from the UV from the to the visible spectrum. Shortwave infrared is actually Sony. It can fully cover from the 400 nanometer to the 1700 nanometer. So it's a more reliable, even visible light area. So with this image, you will see some difference across the three wavelengths in the visible light. You will see the glass is dark and the hair is also dark, and then and everything is bright or dark. Within the sphere range wavelengths, you can see that the glass is more clear to see inside, and also hair is more or less white. The longer wave infrared is actually you will see like I think you see some temperature measurement device units that use this range, but sphere range you can see this kind of effects. When you talk about the sphere range, so no, not even spheres. When we talk about the interaction of the lights, it's matter depends on the wavelengths, absorption, reflection, transmission of the coming from the light. This kind of effects will happen in even in the visible light, also sphere and all the around us. So this kind of effects we need to consider when you choose which kind of application you need. So just a rough drawing of the what is difference as in the camera sensors. It normally the just a normal sphere sensor, it normally blocks the visible range of the wavelengths. But with the Sony sensors, the input layer is very thin compared to the existing sphere camera, but its input layer is more thinner than the sphere camera, so it can pass through the RGB, which means the visible wavelengths light also can reach to the camera cell, and then the more uh, high resolution possible. So here is the Sony sensors. We use this range, and the quantum efficiency also quite average more than 80. So you can say it is more reliable and high performance camera for of this year. Here are some we have some portfolios. So we have three types of resolution: 1.3 megapixels, and the 3.1 megapixel, and 5.3 megapixel. Each has a different. We can choose a different housing. I already mentioned we have a BVS CA with the name GX1, and then name with the GB1, GW1. It depends on the which interface you use. Then you can easily distinguish what is the 5 gigi, what is 1 gigi. So we use the Sony sensors IMX 990, the 993, and 992. And then we support the gigi, 5 gigi, and 10 gigi. Maybe in the future we can also support 25 gigi as well. So each camera has its own maximum frame rate. 1.3 megapixels, 89 frame rates, and there is 5 gigi, 157 frame rates for the high speed. So I already mentioned the 5 gigi has a lower power consumption. It uses a 12-volt power and 4.5 watts. So compared to the other camera, so it is a uh, more reliable one, because the serial camera actually is quite sensitive for the temperatures. If temperature is increasing, and then image quality get bad. So the cooling is an issue with the serial camera. So the next photo, so you will see what is the difference in bit. Maybe we can explore the effects of the serial camera at the different wavelengths, and then we can review some examples. In this first photos, there are two groups of objects. It looks quite similar in the white colors on the visible spectrum, but when it comes to the 150, 1200, 1300, 1450, then the image is changing. So at the last image, you will see some differentiation. The left groups as a brighter and the right group as a darker. So we can easily distinguish the two groups, or which means the two groups are different material or different conditions. Here are another examples. Water detection. In SWIR images, wet areas can be instantly recognized because they appear darker due to the reduced reflectivity. Allows us to easily detect moisture on shoes insole and sponges. With the visual light, we cannot see it, but with the SWIR, we can easily see it. Fruit dents. Bruises on the apples are easier to detect using SWIR imaging. With the visual lights, you cannot see from the outside, but with the SWIR light, which is utilized, you can easily detect uh, the bruise on the apple. Because when there is a bruise, there is a more moisture, so we can easily detect this kind of defects. We can say defects. So we can use this. We can use a food inspection or similar applications. The water and oil. Ceramics also makes it easier to distinguish between water and oil compared to the visible light. The left photo, you will see the industrial oil and the water, cooking oil. In the With the SWIR range, you will see industrial oil is more clear and the water is totally black and the cooking oil is transparent. So you can easily distinguish which is oil and which is water because water absorption is much more higher than the oil. That's what oil pass through this range of the light, the wavelengths. And the salt, sugar, and potato starch. So normally salt and sugar, potato starch, you cannot, without the name, you cannot distinguish three items because they all look just white colors. So with this, we cannot distinguish, but we can taste it, but we cannot distinguish by eyes. With the SWIR images, you will see so much differentiations. Salt is more white, and the sugar is more less black. Potato starch is more gray, so you can easily distinguish uh, each material easily. And the short pasta, sometimes a material that looks quite similar under the visible light, such as a short pasta here and the plastic tube. There is a pasta and the plastic tube are mixed together, but by human eyes on the visual light, you will not find which one is a plastic part or which one is a pasta. But within the sphere range, you can see short pasta and plastic easily. The bright one is tubes, the plastic tubes. The black one is the short pasta. And then here's marshmallows and the plastic purples both appears white in the visible lights. And but in the sphere images, reveals different characteristics, allowing them to be distinguished. Also, black beans here, metal, plastic, stones, and then here within the sphere range, you can see easily the metal part and the plastic part and stone. So you can with the the we use a different bandpass filter because Every material has a different reflection rate and the absorption rate. And with this, we need to choose the right light source and also light filters. Semiconductor inspection. Light in sphere band penetrate silicon wafer is used in semiconductor production line. In the normal visible light, the visible light cannot pass through the vapor, but with the silicon vapor and with the sphere camera, you can see the pass through this vapor easily. Normally the silicon vapor, it can the wavelengths from the 1000 to 1600 nanometers easily pass through the silicon vapor. Mainly used for the facilitating the masking alignment and maybe backside of vapor inspection in the printed on the backside of the wafer. You can also easily check. Also from the solar cell. In the visual range, you cannot not you cannot see nothing, but you can see nothing, but within the visual range, you can easily see the crack. Here are some resin containers. So making it useful for inspecting products for foreign material, and then also it can be it's a transparent under the sphere range. Normally, through some material like wafer or some kind of a resin container. So you normally we use 1550 nanometer range. It's quite open. So it's an opaque container, but with the visible lights, so you cannot see nothing. You can see nothing, but with the sphere range, you can see inside of the container very easily. Here is one another. I said actually sphere imaging technology is utilized in the secondary batteries industry, which has reached the most investment in worldwide until now. The battery always carry the risk of explosion, which is why quality is prioritized above all during the manufacturing process. Among the components, the battery consists of the anode and the cathode, and the separators must have no positional errors. The SWIR imaging technology is employed as a solution to ensure this precision. The conventional industrial camera are widely used in battery manufacturing process, but these cameras are not capable of inspecting through these separators. Maybe one separator it can be, but two separator normally with the normal camera it cannot detect, also measure. So SWIR makes this possible, so contributing to the production of the higher quality batteries. So temperature measurement. So image sensors capture an object's thermal radiation as a brightness. In visual light images, temperature normally around 700 degrees. More than that, so you can easily see the temperature is more than 700,000, something like that. But the sphere image can capture temperature starting from around 250 degrees Celsius, as is shown in the images here. Under visible light, you cannot see because if it's below 700 degrees, you cannot see. But with the sphere cameras, more than 250, around 200, you can easily see that the brightness changes. So these applications we can use for the sphere technologies, semiconductor industries, medical, also agricultures, and the PFB, and even security. The security most we can military use also use it. So let's conclude today's webinar. SWIR imaging technology can be applied across the world, wide range of industry. So Balluff will be your partner in addressing your needs and providing vision solution. Let's move to the Q&A session. Hmm? So Ms. Calvin, so your question is 903 in gas indium gallium arsenide. What is MTB app? We need to check this in the data sheet. I will share with you later. The frame rate you can see on the screen. So normally this is a frame rate is a 10 bits frame rate. It's 1.3 is a 89, and then 157 frame rate. And if you have a fast application, you can also use 8 bits. It can also be implemented in our camera, so you can use a more higher speed frame rate. Actually, we don't have the vision software. So we had it before, but now we don't have it. But we fully support the SDK. So let me use a different application. Yes, like Mr. King gosh, yes, the application I showed you, you can see some. I think I didn't explain you some more details about with this for the water detection. We use the bandpass filters 1450 nanometers, and then here for the dents we use the 1300 nanometers, and then for the oil and water detections is we use a 1550 nanometers. So every application in use a different wavelengths, but most of cases, I think I can say 1300 to 1550 nanometers range is commonly used. When you choose the camera, you also need to write light or write bandpass filters. Yeah, you need to use the same wavelengths. Yes, sure, we fully support SDK and API. Or the most of the cases we use the CMOS lens. Yeah, sure, I can send you after the webinar. I think I already show you this. Here is the specification. Anything else? Okay, if you leave your email address on the chat, we can also share the presentation file with you. Okay, then I think we can finish our webinar today. So let me just quick introduction for we have a web shop, so you can see the Balluff products through our web shop, so you can easily get the product information and also instant confirmation mail through the website. And then here you can see the web shop link, and also we have a knowledge bases link. Also we have our own blog. We have also you have the LinkedIn. You can also scan from the link. Okay, thank you for watching today's Balluff webinar. Okay, see you next time. Have a good one. Thank you.